Okay, I gotta say this. This is a video by, hold on. This is a video by, Hickok45. He's a, he's a big gun tuber on YouTube. Yeah, big gun tuber on YouTube. He's gonna discuss a little bit about anarchy, and he's got some serious misconceptions of it. Okay, yeah, let me just trust the camera. Okay, so let's watch. Hang on.
I noticed a comment. One of you, probably not one of you that watches Sunday, you never know, left a comment that said, what was it? I don't know what it was on. Probably on one of the segments that John pulled out from a Sunday video or something, and posted it. And again, it always appears like it's a. Because of that, it appears more important to me. More like I ran to the camera to talk about that, right? Where it was just one of the things I yacked about on a Sunday, probably, which is fine. If I yak about it, it's important. It's vitally important, right? Yeah, maybe. In my lame brain, anyway, in my imagination. But someone left a comment. There are certain things that, well, they don't trigger me, but, you scan comments. Anybody does YouTube, if you scan through, you just see, you get a feeling for people and stuff. It's interesting. There's a lot of crazy people in the world. There's a lot of good people in the world. A lot of new people to shooting in the world. There's just a wide variety. But occasionally one will jump. I don't want a leader for me or for you. I'm an anarchist. I'm and this one was, I'm an anarchist, right? But occasionally one will jump out, and this one was, a lot of new people to shooting in the world. There's just a wide variety. But occasionally one will jump out, and this one was, I'm an anarchist. I don't want a
Okay, so far so good. Let's keep going.
leader for me or for you. Yeah, I'm an anarchist. I don't want a leader for you or for me for me or for you. I'm thinking about you. You shouldn't have a leader either. You shouldn't have a boss, And I thought, wow.
We're supposed to be free human beings, after all, and government assumes unjust ownership over human beings. It's illegitimate. God, that really ruined it. You don't get to rule over other people, because you only own yourself. And others, you don't get to rule, you don't get to collect your taxes, you don't get to force them to, you don't get to limit what they can put into their body, what they can shoot with, what they can do with their property in their free time. As long as they don't hurt anyone, they're fine. So, fuck them. Anyways, let's go on.
I don't know. Person might be an extremely intelligent intellectual. Is that redundant? But quite an intellectual. Or just the opposite. Probably just the opposite. Kind of like the people that fall in love with anarchy or socialism. It's nice to be sitting in our warm den or apartment, watching a football game, or just whatever, playing on our phone or the internet, fantasizing about a great society where everybody's equal, or anarchy, if that's your thing, right? But anyway, I thought, yeah, that's interesting. Anarchy. You don't want a leader. You don't want anybody bossing you around and in charge of you.
Nope. I own myself, my actions, my property. I'm a non-aggressive individual. Leave me the hell alone, please.
Yeah. All of us would prefer that, probably. It's a nice thing about being self-employed, isn't it? Being independent, when you can, which I talk about a lot. But for anybody who doesn't understand human nature, do you know what ends up happening?
Okay, here's where it goes downhill, folks. Let's continue.
With anarchy, guess what? People who don't want a leader, they don't want anybody telling them what to do, guess what they're going to end up with? Exactly that. And they're probably not going to like the people telling them what to do.
Okay. We need to stop right here in the video and discuss some things to clear things up. Unfortunately, Hickok45 is falling for the good old, there will be warlords, there will be a power vacuum, you won't get the truly be free Kool-Aid narrative, unfortunately. That's honestly not the case with anarchy. That can be the case with anarchy. Because if you have the means to defend yourself, you know, guns, a good community, private security, private police, private military, militia, and people don't support a ruling class, like that belief has gone out of style. So there's no ruling class to, like, empower any thugs or corporate assholes to, like, be elitists and take our money, ruin our environment, take our guns, put a monopoly on businesses. If there's, like, none of that, then you don't have to worry about any roaming thugs, you know, I mean. And even if there are roaming thugs, and even if some people do want to impose the government, that's not going to happen. You know, you can defend yourself, you got guns. Hickok45's got many guns, in fact. He's a gun tuber. He should know that these guns are what you use to defend yourself against any roaming thugs, you know, against any of those assholes. He shouldn't fall into the old trap that it's just, anarchy's just like a false hope that you'll be free, and then the roaming thugs will come in and then ruin everything.
And coming by their house in gangs and taking whatever they want.
But Hickok, you have guns. You're a gun tuber. You use those guns to defend against these motherfucking thugs. I'm sorry, but this is some serious cognitive dissonance on his part. It's... Hang on. Sorry, there's someone at the door, didn't answer it, just investigating. Anyways. I mean, it's great that Hickok45 is, you know, it's great that he's more freedom-minded than most people, than most gun tubers, in fact, but the fact that he's cognitive dissonance on basic self-defense, whether there's a fucking state or not, and being able to fight against roving gangs, you know, the fact that he owns these guns, all these guns, and yet he's got a cognitive dissonance and using them for self-defense against, you know, fucking Roman gangs is kind of, it's kind of disappointing. I don't want to be patronizing or anything, but it's kind of disappointing. I wanted him to, like, not fall into that trap. There's a whole bunch of people fall into that trap, and that's one thing that's kept people from supporting anarchy is, hey, they think there'll be invincible roaming gangs, which wouldn't really be invincible after all. They're trying to fuck up with people. If they're trying to fuck with people and people shoot them up back, you know, they're not as invincible as you think. And government's the biggest roaming gang there is, and it empowers any other roaming gang. So if you don't want these fucking roaming gangs, don't have a government. Rather than put in a government, don't have a government. All right, so let's continue. What else does Hickok got for us?
Yeah, so tell those folks that you'd rather not have anybody leading you. I don't know what it's like now in Somalia.
I wouldn't tell those folks. I wouldn't want those people leading me. I'd blast them up. Look, if some gangs come by and they're up to no good, I'm blasting away at these assholes. There's no... They already made it clear that they intend harm. There's nothing to talk about with them. You just shoot them. They're not as invincible as people think. They're not as invincible as states think. They can be taken down. It's not going to be an aggressor. They will lose eventually.
Somalia, have you seen Black Hawk Down? But there are countries around the world where they don't have a very strong system of government, and You know, and you have basically things have devolved into anarchy, and so
They don't devolve in anarchy, okay? That's the result of government being around as you have destabilizations, but that's not due to the lack of government, that's due to what the government fucked up in the first place. So that's not a product of anarchy, that's a product of government.
who becomes the leader in those situations? The strongest.
No. If people have the means to defend themselves, you don't have to worry about nobody. You don't have to worry about, the strongest people wanting to rule for some reason. If you have the means to protect yourself, that's what anarchy is all about, is having the means to protect yourself. That's one reason anarchists are anti-gun control and pro-gun. / pro-gun. Because we want people to be able to protect themselves from anybody. We're not worried about the supposed strongest that just want to take over for some reason. If the government's down, that's when you decide to be free and to set up shop and not be rolled over anyone ever again.
The ones with the biggest Toyotas and machine guns to ride around with turrets on the back and in gangs of 10 or 20 or 30. And you better believe you're going to do exactly what they say.
Hickok, guns, fight back. You have them. You do it.
If you even survive, which good chance you won't. So it becomes kind of
God, he's just dropping a real black pill on the whole thing or something, acting like he just said he was an anarchist yet. Oh, it just wouldn't work. That's kind of sad and disappointing.
rule, right? Mob rule. Whoever is the strongest and organizes with the strongest gang. That's just.
If you think about it, it already kind of happened with the government. Hickok. It already kind of happened with the government that some people got together and decided to be a ruling class. So you're worried about it happening without the ruling class. Essentially, the ruling class already is that. So you're basically saying without the ruling class, there's a ruling class. That makes no sense.
Human nature. Have you read Lord of the Flies?
That's a book. It's kind of fictional.
Have you thought about this?
I know there's human nature of violent thugs, but overall people want to be peaceful, or at least peaceful-ish. I'm pretty sure there's of the world population, very few people are criminals, are violent criminals.
Okay. Again, it's easy when you're in in our system of government, representative republic. We have law and order by and large, and although I wonder about that now some days, but we have law and order, strong military.
I wouldn't say that's really helping people out based on the military doing the military-industrial complex of the U.S. government alone, as well as the police force beating people and killing people time and time again, like Renee Good and Alex Prezi or something. With ICE, I wouldn't trust the government to protect people, honestly.
Judicial system, there we can sue people, you can go to court.
You could do that in an Ancap society with private courts and arbitration firms. You don't need a government for that shit.
You have all kinds of rights, kind of thing, if you're a citizen.
You already have rights as a fucking human being, Hickok. As a human being, you have rights. You're born with rights. Like, right to your body, right to free speech, right to free choice, self-defense, Second Amendment. You have all these rights just by being born, just by being you. As long as you're innocent, you have your rights intact.
It's really easy to to think something like that looks wonderful, right? So
it's not about it being easy to think. It's about having moral principles to even realize that objectively anarchy is the way to go. It's about having moral principles. It's not about being in comfort. It's about being principled. That's what gets you the right beliefs, the right choices, the right, understanding what the facts really are, the truth. We choose truth and facts instead of truth over facts, like Joe Biden said. See, God, one more. Anyways, that's what being principled is all about. It doesn't matter if you're in comfort or in squalor, you know, whatever. If you have principles, that sets you on the right track for success and not believing in bullshit.
Anyway, it just struck me, you know, you know, there's some naive folks in the world. I ain't the only one. I really am not. I am not the only naive person around. I'm a little.
You kind of, okay. I'm glad you admit you're naive, but I don't think you're naive I don't think you're naive in the way you think you are. The way you think you are naive is probably like, oh, I don't know everything. But the way you actually are naive is more like, oh, I think anarchy won't work.
Chilly today. I still need my water, my cold water, whether it's cold or hot, right? Whether the weather's cold or hot. But anyway, you who don't want to be ruled by anybody, you will, I will, me, you. I'm always talking about all of us when I'm pontificating about these things, right? We will be ruled by somebody. It's just a matter who it is and whether the structure is a little more desirable or not. Okay.
I'm sorry, but that's just not true at all. And if you're wondering why I have my Cacao Ninja account up rather than my Ancap accounts, Ancap cat account, and Ancap cat, I can't even say my own name. Because it's to help keep track of my comments I left on the filming account or Cacao Ninja account about what I said. And I said right here myself, if Roving Arm Games want to mess with you, you show them. You show them show them your arm too by blasting them first. Hickok, you got the guns, you know how to use them, that's what you do for these gangs you mentioned. We don't need government, we just need guns, and we'll use them for protection. Hold on, one more pause or something. Okay, as you can see, wait, hold on a sec. Let me move this guy out of the way. Ooh, no. This guy. Let me move him aside. Me. Okay, as you can see, I got all these comments arguing with people on this video about why anarchy will work and why Odysseeism isn't, and why they're totally wrong up and down on what anarchy is. You say you're arguing with only okay, well, here. Okay, well, let me just expand the comment chain a bit. And it's long, as you can see, and that's just one. Well, no, anarchy is freedom, governments, and you know, this guy says freedom to anarchy is a strong man deciding if you do with your time. He's wrong about that. There's some more misconceptions down here. This guy doesn't really ever have an argument. He just does some wordplay, basically. Either you don't understand how our government works, or you just choose the miserable numbers to make a point fit. And that's not really an argument. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing. People think, you know, anarchy is just chaos, even though it's been proven not to be chaos or explained. No, there isn't. Anarchy is from chaos, thoroughly in definition. I said it's not. It means no rulers, doesn't have anything to do with chaos in definition. Finally, someone gets it. That's that. Unfortunately, Hickok doesn't get anarchy. A lot of people in the comments don't get anarchy. His comments, some people do, a few people do. I get it, of course. But anyways, just thought I'd pop this video out on his video and show you he's got some work to do on understanding anarcho-capitalism. So, yeah. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, he's got some work to go. He's got some work to